Hello there gamers, I'm the 8-Bit Ninja, and today we are here with a new series that I am going to be calling Command Blocks. Now in this series I'm going to be doing a couple of videos on command blocks, either tutorials or, just a bunch of different stuff. But anyways, the reason I'm doing this is because not many people have done actual legitimate tutorials on these, and I love command blocks. I really do. This is the first thing that they have added to Minecraft since 1.8 that I am genuinely excited about. I really love these things. And I'm currently doing a whole bunch of stuff with them, as you can see back there. But that's just going to be our background for now. I'll let you guys know more about that for later date. For now, that's just kind of a secret. It's a secret because it's kind of a huge project and I don't want no one stealing my ideas. But anyways, you guys will know what that is later on. It's pretty exciting and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. But anyways, to start things off, let me go ahead and show you how to get command blocks. Now of course they're not in the normal creative inventory, as you can see. You can search for it, but it's not there, but I can get them still. So the way that you have to do this, you can use single player commands. If you have cheats turned on in Minecraft, then you can say /give Kirby88, you have to say your name, and then 137 is the item ID for it, and it'll give you a command block, and then you can place it, use it however you want. Now I have some basic commands here that I'm going to show you guys. This isn't even close to all of the commands, so if you're looking for more in-depth tutorials, I will be doing more on specific things later on, but for now these are just the basic things that I want to show off to you guys. Now one of the most common ones I use, there is the gamerule thing. You can change the command block output to true or false. That'll disable the chat of the command block. As you can see in the bottom left down here, there is a chat, and the command block does speak every time it performs an action, so you can disable that for if you're using it in adventure games or anything like that. And the second is a very useful one, the /TP command. Now the way that you have to do this, you can go ahead and say /TP, and you can say @P, @R, or @A, or a specific player's name. I believe you can say a specific player's name at least. But you say that, and then you can also put a radius on this. Say I want it to be a 3-block radius. Say we put R equals 3, and then we close it off like that, and then we say where we want it to teleport. It goes X, Y, Z, and I'll just put it at 1, 1, 1 for now, and it'll teleport us to the void. Alright, so if I'm within a 3-block radius of this block whenever it is activated, then I will be teleported, or the nearest player to the block will be teleported. And then you can also set it to a minimum distance by RM. That'll set the minimum radius, and then you have to be more than 3 blocks away, so as you can see it won't work right now. But it will work if I switch it to R. I'm not going to do that right now because that'll kind of teleport us way down there, and we don't need that right now. Alright, so the next one is the /give command. This can be very useful, especially for, dispensers of sorts, because it can give you more, it can stack items that aren't stackable. So I have one set up right here. You can see how you put it out basically. You can also put the radius command on this. You can put the radius or level detection commands on just about anything. Now the level detection one, it's a bit more complicated, and I'll explain that later on. Alright, so first off we have the /give @P, and then I have it set to give me 64 wooden swords, which normally aren't stackable, but if I put them if I give them in the command blocks, then you can stack them, and that is very nice. You can also do that with normal commands, but that's just another way of doing it. Alright, so the next one, this can be useful for certain adventure games. Now it's not very perfect because it only enchants the items that you are holding out, but you say /enchant, and then you say either @player or R or whatever you want to do, the specific argument, and then you can put the enchantment ID that you want. So I have it set as 19, which will give it knockback to all of these swords, and then I can split these up and put them in different dispensers if I want, and that can be very useful for different things in adventure maps. Okay, so for the next one, we have the /say command. Now this one can be very helpful for if you want conversations going on in your adventure maps or anything like that. So as you can see, it's very basic. You say I have it set up to whisper. I don't know why I have it set up for that, but you say /say, and then you have it say what you want it to say, and it'll show up in the chat just like that. Right now I just have it set to say hello world because that is very basic. Okay, so the next one is /spawnpoint. Now this will set the spawn point for whatever argument you want to set. You can set the minimum radius or anything like that, and then you just choose the spawn point you want it to be, and it'll set that spawn point. Now there is something you need to know about this. You cannot use decimal points in this. So if you set it as 1.5, it won't work. So you have to have it set as 1, 1, 1. So or whatever whole number you want, but it has to be a whole number because players cannot spawn in specific areas. So The next one is gamerule keep inventory. This is very, very helpful for adventure maps. It makes the player keep his entire inventory as well as his XP if you want to use the XP for other such things. Now, of course, you can always set it up so that when they die, it'll clear their inventory, but I will show that at a later date. You can set it so one command block will clear the entire inventory of the player in case you don't want them to keep the inventory, but you do want them to keep their level. That can be very useful. Okay, so the next one is the /XP command. So the way you do this is you have to put the argument after the level you want to change. So right now I have it set up to say /p /XP, and then you have it -1 level, so that'll remove 1 level when I step on it. But if you set the argument before, like so, let's put that back, and then we put it at P like so, it won't work. So the argument has to be after the level that you want to be changed. Okay, so one of the last things that I want to show you guys, you can change your game mode for this. Now this can be helpful if you're just working on a project, or if you want to actually switch players between, say, normal Minecraft mode and adventure mode, so that they can or can't destroy blocks, or if you want to put them in creative mode in your adventure map for whatever reason that might be. But that is a very neat way to do it, and it is simply 0, see, as you can see, survival mode, 1 is creative, and then 2 is, of course, adventure. There we go. Alright, so let me go ahead and get back to creative mode. Okay, now I'm sorry if I'm kind of running out of breath right now. I'm kind of tired after staying up all night watching the Psych Marathon. I'm a psycho. I really am. That show is amazing. But anyways, one last thing I want to show you before. There is a way to set up a true or false method of sorts. Now, the way that you do this, try this again. Okay, so you have a command block set up. Let's just say, let me go ahead and get this out, because I have to really explain this. I can't just go half in and not explain it. But you have a command block, say we'll say /TP, and then you have it set so that it has at P, and that'll teleport the closest player. Now you can also have it set so it sets the radius. So if there is a player in the radius of the command block when this is activated, it works as somewhat as of a true or false method. So you can then have it set to teleport onto this right here, and that will deactivate this piston, therefore activating this command block down here and doing whatever you want to do. So say you want a player, if there is a player within a certain radius of the command block, when it is activated, you want it to give them XP, then you can go ahead and do that using this method, and it is very interesting, and it can be useful for a lot of different things, and I've actually used it in my project over there quite a bit. It is very effective, and yeah, that is just one little thing I come up with before. I don't know if anyone's done it yet, but it is very useful. So that's gonna be it for today. I know I'm kind of running out of breath here, but I'm very tired. I really should have done this at a different time, but I will be doing more of these in the future, and I look forward to it. Now, I am very, very excited to show you guys what this is. I don't want to tell you what it is yet, but I'll go ahead and give you a little glimpse of what this is. Now, I'm not going to give you any hints or anything, because it is very complicated. It is a giant project, and it's going to take me, you know, I might actually be done with it by next week. You know, it's kind of huge. I've done all of this in the past 3 days, so that's what I've been up to. I've been working on this. I really love command blocks. I love being able to create stuff like this in games, and it's amazing, and I really love it. But anyways, you can kind of see a little bit of what I'm working on right now.